This is CEOP, Mr. RockTheMicNews.com, Mr. Pick of the Week, every Sunday, 9 p.m. with your boy DJ Jacket Spade on 103 Jams, and this is the Hot Topic Phoneaview. I got on the phone right now. There's so many names for this guy, man. He's a lyricist, man. You know, I'm going to give him a new name. Call him Mr. Get In and Get Out of Trouble, man. You know, he got bars. He's with two legendary crews, man. CRC, the Dirtyworkas. I mean, there's so much to say about this guy, man. He's named after a doggone ever so popular mob family. I'm talking about Soprano, man. Soprano, what's good, baby?
Have mercy, man. Have mercy. How you?
I'm good, man. I can't complain about a thing, man. But
me neither, brother. Me neither.
you know you're the hot topic. So let's start light, man. Let's just, cause we never did this before. So
this the first. This the first for me. I'm a rookie at this. Just be easy on me.
Yeah, man. Oh yeah, of course. Of course, man. You know, I'll definitely be easier on you than you are on MCs. So how did you meet the Dirtyworkas, man? And how did you get involved with that? And then go into how you met CRC, and then go into how you met the Dirtyworkas, man, and made that marriage work.
Well, Cash Rules Conglomerate, before we was even CRC, like, we was all homeboys, you know what I mean? Like, we basically, like, came up together, you know, and we was always, you know, making songs with each other and making music and talking about this, that, and the third, what we gonna do, if we could do this, if we can, you know, start a little movement. Before we even had a name, before we even came up with a group name, we was always
this is just
fam, you know what I mean?
Brothers, right?
Yeah. Everybody in CRC from my city, so we was always cool with each other before we even blew up to be CRC what it is right now, what y'all see what it is right now. We always been fam. You know what I mean? Right. It's a lot to me, X, G-Lin, shout out to the whole fam. We always been fam first. You know what I mean? So it's a lot deeper than what you hear on record, seeing us perform at, you know what I mean, at the Sharks League or whatever. You know what I mean? We always been family. And then as far as
how'd you meet the Dirtyworkas?
Linking up with Bacon, they used to throw events out there at, I think it was the Tropical Delights.
Taking it back.
Out in Vine Beach. This was a long time ago, you know what I mean? I met them maybe, 2-3 years ago? You know what I mean? And they always used to invite me and Young X out to their events. And we always used to perform, and I guess, you know, I was rocking with them, you know, and they was rocking with me, but we never really sat down and talked about no collab and getting no music done or whatever. This was before CRC. Before me, G-Lins, and Young X sat down and was like, yo, we're gonna make Cash Rules Conglomerate. Like, they was the first ones to holler at me on some, you know, because I was a free agent, you know. I was doing the Paradigm and the Jacket Spade shows. I had Al Holland, I had Nice. This was before the BMF record. And it was always just a respect there between me and between them. So we just talked about some things, like how would you feel if you wanted to be part of the Workers? And I was like, well, y'all style fit my style, and, you know, let's see where it goes. And, you know, now it's a year and a half, almost 2 years later, I'm a proud member, and we good money.
How hard is it to be in the two crews?
It's not hard. It's not hard because, you know, I know how to differ as far as, like, musical styles between what Young X and she, what they like to do, and then turn around and, you know, really get my bars off with Bake and with Bryce and with Man J Raw, what they want to do, you know what I mean? I'm diverse, you know what I mean? So when I talked to G-Lins about it, you know, G-Lins was on board. It was like, hey, do what you want to do. And then when we come back and we start this CRC thing, you know what I mean, either you in or you out, you know what I mean? Even if you out, you know what I mean, you can still rock with us and perform with us and yada, yada, yada. I was like, nah, you know what I mean, I'm going to help you, you know what I mean, we all going to start it together. This has been a dream of ours for a minute. You know, we was in some group situations before, all of us, that didn't pan out the way we wanted to. We always had stuck together anyway, so I figured, hey, if anybody gonna make both two things work, it's gonna be me. You know what I mean? So that's where we at.
How did you come up with the magic on Great Scott? I believe that's your first mixtape. And then
me and my homie, DJ Fresh Kid from out of New York, big shout out to DJ Fresh Kid. We had sat down and we wanted to put my first mixtape together. We really didn't have a lot of like original producers at the time, you know what I mean, like we do now. So we figured, hey, instead of doing what everybody else is doing, which was, you know, the typical mixtape protocol, you know, whatever's hot on the radio, you take them beats and you rap on them and see what response you get. We just went old school because we knew A, won't nobody doing it, and B, that was my thing to begin with. That's how I came up. I came up more on the old school records than the new school records anyway. I had always flowed better on them. So we just said, hey, let's just take these records that ain't nobody rocking with, ain't nobody listening to, or these old records that when people heard them, it'll take them back to a certain place in their life. Like, oh, I remember when that came out. I remember when such and such did on this when it dropped, blah, 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 blah. We came up with a whole bunch of them. We recorded like 40 records. Within like 4 or 5 months, we sat down, broke them all down, and got the scheme, like how all the songs flowed into each other. Like we didn't really pick like all of the best ones. It's like there's 22 songs on Great Scott, and it's like it ain't the 22 best songs that I did. It was just the 22 songs that fit together.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. A lot.
You know how to.
A lot of people don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? That you know, songs act, because a lot of people put out a lot of. You can tell probably like the artist was in creative control mode, because a lot of mixtapes are thrown together where they don't understand it. It got to flow. Like even though it's not an album, it still has to flow like one. So that was a great point.
Right. And I always wanted my first project to sound like you was listening to it on the radio anyway. You know what I mean? I ain't wanted to sound like I ain't wanted to sound like a typical mixtape that everybody was doing, where you have one song spitting over Wayne's new record, and then you have one record spitting over T.I.'s new record, and then you go boom, boom, boom. Like that's all predictable to me. That's why I never done it. You know what I mean? Let's just, before we get to the hot topic. Okay.
What is your outlook, insight on, because I'm sure every rapper's goal is just to be the greatest, especially if you have bars. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How do you feel, because, you know, currently the market is not really celebrating bars at the moment. You see what I'm saying? So
I don't know, P. I don't know.
Talk to me.
I don't know. I wouldn't say that.
Hold on. Let me explain.
Okay.
When I say celebrate bars, you're not going to, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to get a bar record to go top 10. That's what I mean.
Okay.
Like, I don't mean hip hop fans. Hip hop is always going to be about bars, like, period. I'm talking about on a grander scale. If you notice, some of the best rappers, you know, some of the best people that can actually put them words together are not on the top 10. You see what I'm saying?
True.
Or not in the conversation, because I just really think to society it's still important to kind of please, like, you gotta make a hit, you gotta make some hit records, and you gotta get bars. You gotta kind of do
you gotta
both
have
of
them. Yes, I agree.
So being that, you know, the sound that you're creating now is, we're not gonna say it's not popular, but it's not mainstream friendly. Do you worry about that being left out of that conversation? You know, with maybe you know, who's out there, a Future, you know, a Cole, you know.
No, because everything has its timing. You know what I mean? I believe in time, and I believe in working up to certain points in your life, in your career. Like, I believe on building your catalog and building your buzz, like, locally or wherever you at, to the point where as soon as you do figure out how to touch the mainstream or the non-hip-hoppers, the people that just, you know, are just the average listeners, once you build your brand up and your buzz up, once you get there, it's like everything will come full circle. Like me as an artist, I know how to make a hit record. I've made hit records. I've made the Jack of Spade Sunday Night Spotlight record, and I can make the Great Scott record. You know, I can make the, you know, it's just like, you know, shout out to Young X. He can do the battles, and then he can make Section 8, you know what I mean? For, you know, for everybody to rock to, you know what I mean? Big shout out to Young X. So it's all about versatility. Yes, it's all about versatility. If you got the skills to pull it off, then pull it off to the, you know what I mean, the best you can. And let the people decide. But I know what I'm comfortable in doing, and I know what I'm capable of doing. So that'll never be a problem. Whether it's local, whether it's mainstream, whether it's nationally, universally, whatever level that I get to, you know, I don't care if it don't get no further than the 757. You know what I mean? I know what'll pop and what won't pop. And I can, you know what I mean? I can figure that out. I got good people around me. I got producers. I got artists on my team and outside of my team who give me great insight of what works and what don't work. So, you know. But you gotta have the talent. You know what I mean? And I know I got the talent. So, you know what I mean? That's a good starting point, if anything.
Absolutely. Let's get to the hot topic, man. You know what everybody wants to know. You dropped this superstar. He sighed too, like, oh.
because I knew we was gonna get to this eventually. So I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, you know, this is the people, man. It just keeps them clicking.
I understand, brother.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why I understand, brother.
You see, I gave them the back history before we even went in, so at least they know a little bit about you.
I understand that, brother.
We're straight to it.
I understand that, brother. You had to build it up. I dig it.
So look, man, Superstar Sal. I like to just set the scene. We're gonna take it from the beginning. Superstar Sal makes this Control Freestyle record.
Okay.
And, let's take it back to you hearing it, and what was the first reaction?
Now, before I get into the first reaction, there's a backstory to me and Sal.
Oh wow. Okay, we don't know.
That a lot of people don't know. That a lot of people don't know about.
Listen. I need you to address that too, because
I will. I'm gonna do that first because that really leads into what he did on the Control record. Okay,
now,
so
is what he said on the Phoneaview accurate?
I haven't heard his Phoneaview. I'm not even talking about what he said on the interview.
Gotcha. Go ahead.
All I know is Young X and Sal battled. Right? They battled at Taipan. I forgot when it was. It was a few months ago.
The blessed battle.
Now, yes. Something happened, a fight broke out, conversation broke out, whatever. The battle never ended. So it wasn't really no clear winner, loser, whatever. You know, whoever was there got an opinion on what happened, blah, blah, blah. But from what I know, because I wasn't there, from what I know and from what I heard, he put my name in one of his verses.
Right.
I didn't know whether it was a positive thing or a negative thing. So me, I'm thinking like, yo, he going at Young X saying my name, so I'm figuring it's a diss. So what I did was, before the Young X and Lotta Zay battle, which was Sleeping with the Fishes, big shout out to Drumline Entertainment, Showtime, and all them.
Yeah, shout out to Seven City Sharks.
Sleeping with the Fishes came around, and it was a lot of shade being thrown at Young X, like Lotta Zay gonna come down, and he gonna kill X gonna get 3-0, yada, yada. So I'm looking at all of this, is like, yo, man, I really need to address this, you know what I mean? Like, this would be the perfect time to address it. You know, we on the ticket to perform anyway, so we might as well do it. So I come out so I make the perfect record. We perform the perfect record at Sleeping with the Fishes. Everybody goes crazy. Right. Everybody goes stupid. Now, in the middle of that, I say Sal's name, you know what I mean, on some, hit me and I hit you back. Word.
What's the Zach bar? Don't worry.
You niggas, we just like y'all, we playing for the bigger picture, but you superstar style face niggas, subliminal niggas, lucky I ain't stepped in the ring to get rid of you niggas. That's what I said. Now, I did that.
Wait, don't go too far. Let's go back. Cause you didn't hear his point of view. I'm gonna rewind. He said, "This is Sal." That
This is on your interview when you interviewed him.
Yes.
Okay.
He says, he didn't give me the exact line because he couldn't recall it, but he said something to the point where he shouted out your two-step record that you have. So I guess he was saying, so I guess he was saying, Young X, I have you, two-stepping like your man, you know what I mean? Soprano's record. You see what I'm saying?
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. That's what I'm telling you. Like, I didn't know what he said. The way I just took it the way I took it based on the fact that he was battling X. I didn't know he was gonna big up the record. But then again, I didn't know he was gonna say my name at all. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So that was the only way I knew how to carry what he said, even though I didn't know it at the time. So that's why I did what I did. Now, after sleeping with the sisters, all that is over with. Everybody's on the Keep It a Stack page on Facebook. Everybody's going crazy about it. Like, yo, Prano snapped. Prano did this. Prano did that. I got on the Facebook with Sal, and Sal was like, yeah, I heard you say my name, such and such and such. And I was like, it's only because you said my name in the battle, such and such and such. Then he cleared it up like, oh, man, it wasn't even like that. You know what I mean? I didn't even say your name like that, like you think. I was like, okay, well, I apologize for doing what I did, not knowing. No harm, no foul. Boom. We get this behind us. We move on.
And then he shot you.
Right. Exactly. So now let's get to control. Now we at control.
Yeah.
The first rapper that he name drops is me. When I heard it, I'm like, oh man, I thought we had nipped this in the bud and put this behind us.
Right.
So now you know my mentality. It hit me and I hit you back once again.
So that brings us to CRC.
Right.
Cash Rules Cake.
That brings us to Cash Rules Cake. Now, mind you, when I first heard the record, I didn't even hear all of the record. Like, everybody who's been responding to the record, Bossman, Bojangles, SK, everybody else, I didn't know he was mentioning them. I heard my name, what he said about me, I cut it off. I know what I got to do. You know what I mean? Now, I heard this record right before I left for vacation. My plan was to record like a Drake-ish 10 a.m., 11 a.m. in Colorado record, and then record the Cash Rules Cake. I didn't know it was going to be called Cash Rules Cake. I was looking forward to recording them records on vacation, but I couldn't get no time booked over there. Every studio that I called when I was out there was booked, so I said, to hell with it. I fly back on Monday. Tuesday morning, I'll get into the closest studio near my crib, and I'll record it.
Right.
That's why it took me so long. Like, Sal made an excuse like, well, I waited. You said you was going to drop the record Saturday at 12 p.m., and I waited an extra 4 days just to hear that, blah, 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 blah. We'll get into that in a minute.
Right.
Cash Rules Cake, I made the song, took 15 minutes. The response has been great. The response has been even bigger than when I dropped the Perfect record. Everybody loves it. Everybody like, man, hey, Sal, you got the whatever. You know what I mean? And now,
hold on.
It's a wait and see thing.
We had the Cash Rules Cake record, right? Now,
yes.
I got, and to be clear, I'm a Soprano fan, right?
Yes.
But to be told, we got to keep it 100 on these Phoneaviews.
Okay.
Be totally honest, I feel like you went light on them. Like you gave them the bars, but you didn't put them in the casket.
I did, but I didn't have to. I'm nice. I'm nice, Pete. I'm nice. I didn't have to. I didn't have to go hard. I didn't have to go hard. One of the reasons why.
Okay, go ahead.
One of the reasons why is because I knew, once again, I don't make records like everybody else. I knew everybody was going to go hard on Sal. I knew everybody that he name dropped, everybody was going to go hard on him, like from beginning to end. I knew that going in. I knew that before I made the record. So me, being Prano the Youngin, being a dirty worker, being artistic, being creative, I'm like, okay, I'm going to make a record, but I'm going to make it a dope record that includes Sal. I'm not going to make it all about Sal. I don't have to. I don't have to make it all about Sal. I can put out a dope-ass record, put the Sal bars in there, and anybody else I want to shoot, and it'll still be dope. And that's what it was. My execution was beautiful. Everything worked to its teeth. Exactly the way that I planned it, exactly the way that I wrote it, exactly the way I released it.
Okay, so,
you know what I mean?
All right, we got it. I perfectly understand, and I did enjoy the record. I just, it just wasn't. Come on, like I was thinking.
I know. You Prano the Young, and we all know you got balls. You supposed to kill him. But
I thought he was dead. But you shot him.
He is. Why isn't he?
Nah, I tell you,
why isn't he?
He in the hospital, Prano. Look, if
why isn't he? Look, P,
you shot him 10 times, but he's in the hospital.
Listen to me, bro. It was the shots. What I said hit so hard. He turned around and said he's not gonna respond to the record. He responded to all these other records. He told me he's not gonna respond to the record. What that tell you?
Wait. All right. Okay. Great segue. Let's talk about that. All right. Are you disappointed in his response of I got a couple questions. Are you disappointed that he's not responding?
No, I'm not disappointed because he's smart.
Okay.
That's a smart move. Smart move, SuperStar Sal, by not making another record with Prano the Young and name in it. Any dirty worker, any cash roots conglomerate artist.
Okay,
smart
great.
Move, and I told him that. Smart move, SuperStar Sal. You hit me, I hit you back, let's move on. Because if you hit me again, you never know what I'm going to bring the second time around. Do you dig what I'm saying?
All right. Now, this one thing, because, I'm constantly getting calls about you guys now, but this SuperStar Sal storm right now, really interrupting my personal life. You guys are dropping records. I can't even go to the, can't take my kids nowhere. I got to post new records, man. So look.
Hey, I got no control over that, brother.
Now, so look.
No pun intended.
So look, we have, but it seemed, this is me. I gotta be unbiased. I'm just outside looking in. It seemed like you went a little hard on him though, for not coming out. I feel like he said, yo, I'm not going out. Salute. He said, I don't know, it's a long paragraph you posted. I didn't read it all.
I cheered him on for that. Like, I respect him more for just letting it be what it is with me, you know what I mean, than anything else. That long paragraph that you're referring to was him turning around the next day and making excuses like, oh, it was a 5-minute record. He only spit at me for like 8 bars. And me and my crew, we sat and we laughed about it and yada, yada, yada. Like, dang, he spit all this and all he could come up with was blah, 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 blah. But the day before, 10 minutes after I released the record, you like, big up the CRC, big up the Dirtyworkas. I wasn't expecting this. It was a hot record. Go check out the record. Prano did his thing, blah, blah, blah. And like, you mixed up. You can't be on the on switch one day and then be on the off switch the next day like that. It don't work with me. It don't work like that.
This is why I don't like Facebook. Because I can't tell when it started. I just seen your thread.
It don't work like that. I'm seeing it as if he doing that to save face for the little fans that he got, the support team that he got. Like, yo. But, I mean, come on now. Be smart about this. You know hip hop. Sal knows hip hop. Everybody who be running through the 7 City Sharks League, they know how we get down. They know we got bars. Like that Cash Rules cake wasn't an accident, and it wasn't no coincidence that he didn't respond like he did to everybody else. That's my point. Because he could have, but he didn't.
What do you think of the Push record? I think he has to say something about that.
No, he doesn't. Is he smart? He didn't already put his foot that far in his mouth. He ain't got to.
But Prano, let's be honest, right? and I respect you for this. You were nice.
And Push is nice. The Push record was crazy.
Wait.
Big shout out. It was.
No, wait. Big shout out to Push. We getting our adjectives mixed up. They got more than one meaning. When I say, you were nice, you were like, you smacked him a couple times and pushed him in the dirt. Pusha was a little disrespectful on the, you know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about. You could have leaned in a little more, but you was like,
I understand that. That's why I did what I did. That's why I did what I did the way that I did it, because I knew dudes was gonna go hard on the dude. I knew that.
So you want to basically say, I want to stand out.
It ain't my job. Right. It ain't my job to go as hard as everybody else because everybody else is doing it. That's a trend. That's a fad. The Dirtyworkas, we don't do that. You know that.
Right.
We do that. And a lot of people that I done got response from the song like the fact that I didn't make it all about Sal. That it does sound different. That I did kill Pound Cake the way that I did it. You know what I mean? And it's all a setup. If you listen to from verse to verse to verse, the first verse is just about me, getting off, reminding people that I'm still rapping, I had a blood pressure scare, passed out at the hospital, blah, 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 but I'm back and now,
Right.
Here comes a resurgence. Then when you get to the second verse, it's leading up, people are still throwing shade. And, they're not showing us love, blah, 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 blah. If you shout out to Q, shout out to people who've been supporting me, you're going to like what I'm about to do. And if you feel like this is a shot at you, retaliate at your own verse, do what you got to do. And then come the third verse. It's all schematic, man. No,
listen.
I'm a songwriter. That's what I do.
Listen, I don't want you to, paint the picture like I didn't like it. I liked it.
But I'm just telling you why I did what I did.
Right. I just, as a fan, I wanted more.
A lot of people wanted more. I don't blame you for wanting more. I don't blame you for wanting more. I don't blame you for wanting more. But the fact is, it ain't about how many shots you take. It's the shots that hit.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Look. We got that story out the way. The great thing about you is you do have other things going on musically. Let's talk about this rap.
And before we get into that and to clear everything up, Sal a good dude, man. He just made a mistake.
So there's no beef with Sal. There's no beef.
There's no man. There's no on site when I see Sal.
Nothing.
Nah, man, cause when he dropped this is another thing I didn't tell you. Before he dropped the Control record, I was like, cause people was hitting me up like, Prano, he said your name, and then I got on the Facebook and was like, well, you know what I mean, I got to do what I got to do, and Sal was like, I already know you're gonna kill me, let's make a record after you kill me.
Oh wow.
That's right, exactly. Oh wow. Right, oh wow. So
that's a good way to end it,
To clean everything up, ain't no beef with me and Sal. It ain't no on-site when I see Sal. It ain't nothing about that. He made a mistake. We all make mistakes. And, if he's a smart dude, which I think he is, he'll learn from this and not to pull that one on again. For me to be the first rapper that you put on the record, the first one, I'm the lead-off hitter, nah, you can't do that. And you got to get the backlash from that, Sal. I'm nice. Wow. You know I'm nice. Which makes it even crazier for you to say my name on the record after I thought we had cleared all the Young X stuff up.
Wow.
That was stupid. That was stupid to me.
Wow.
That's crazy to me. But it is what it is. Things happen for a reason. And life goes on. You know what I mean? Life goes on. On the bigger and better things.
Let's talk about your music, man. Brandon, what's bars? Let's talk about your music, man. Lab Rats, LP coming. They're producing
EP. It's an EP. It's EP.
I'm sorry. EP.
Lab Rats. I'm gonna work with Lab Rats on the album, on my debut album. Bates wants to drop this Dirtyworkas compilation of the new roster, including me, top of the year, and then I'm gonna come with my solo project. And then before that, me and the Lab Rats, we getting ready to drop this EP. I think I'm gonna put like 5 to 6 joints on there. Just something like, you know what I mean, for the for the people who really rock with me. But it's gonna be break beats though. It's not no original production. It's gonna be all loops that, me and Lab Rats, we sat down for a week or two and we figured out, you know what I mean, what I sound good on, blah 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 blah. It's real old school stuff. You know how I do. Everybody know how I do. I like the old school stuff, where I can really be spitting on. We was gonna try to finish it before I left on vacation, but we never had the time, so I'm trying to get with them to finish that up, and I'm gonna try to have that out to y'all by Thanksgiving weekend, Black Friday weekend.
So,
yeah.
Soprano, man, before we get out here, man, do you have I think you gave a great way to end the interview already, man. Any conclusion?
Man, shout out to the Dirtyworkas, man. Shout out to the Dirtyworkas, man. The Dirtyworkas are still riding, man. Shout out to the Dirtyworkas, dog. Shout out to the workers, man. Billy, Bryce Lane, DJ Diz, Jay Skills, man J. Raw up in D.C., man. I miss you, boy.
Let them know how they could contact you. Let them know how they can get you on the book, Twitter, wherever you at.
Facebook, Soprano. I am Soprano Mills. I'm the only one up there. My Twitter is Prano the Youngest. My SoundCloud is Prano the Youngest. My Reverb Nation is Prano the Youngest. Once we put this Lab Rats project out, I'm gonna put a the band count. I'll make a band count. That'll probably be Prano the Youngin. Anybody want to contact me can contact me direct or through Bake Skeezer or through G-Lens. Anybody want to work with me, man, feel free to holler at me. I got bars for days. I ain't did enough features for everything that I have done. I ain't done enough features with people, and I really want to get that pop. I work with anybody who want to work with me, bro. Anybody want to work with me. I make every piece of music. Like, everybody know I'm a bar spitter. Everybody know I like the soul beats and everything, but that doesn't confine me. You know what I mean? I'm not in a box with mine. I do it for everybody. You know what I mean? Anybody that want to work with me, like, ever since the Control record dropped, I done had like 7, 8 people like, yo, Prano, we got to do a record. And I'm going to just, ride this little wave and see where it goes. But anybody want to spit bars with me, man, we can do it.
Gotcha. Well, Prano, we appreciate your time, man.
I appreciate you, man.
Check Lab Rats, man.
Don't be no stranger. Don't be no stranger. Once this Lab Rats project drop, get with me again. Big shout out to Conglomerate. Big shout out to CRC. Big shout out to CRC. Everybody over there. Young X is battling DC at the next 7 City Sharks event. It got pushed back to October 20th. Yes, I think it's October 26th. What you saying? Did I get the date right?
Is it 26th?
It's the 26th. It's the last Saturday of the month. CRC will be there. Dirtyworkas be there. I don't think we're gonna perform because the last time I went and performed, you know how that went.
You caused trouble.
Yeah, I caused a little trouble. Made a couple people mad. I made some old people mad with the Cash Rules cake, and I'm just going there to chill. We're gonna be at the bar all day. We're gonna be chilling. Big shout out to DC because we all rock with him hard over there. For Young X, you already know what he's gonna do. He's gonna get it in. For everybody that's throwing shade at Young X again, just like y'all threw shade at Young X and us when Lotta Zay came down here, we gonna work. We gonna do what we do and leave it at that, man.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate your time, man.
Appreciate you, man.
Give us any exclusives, rockthemicnews.com. We out.
We out, man.